So what are you up to over there?
Being. Weirdly enough, whether people see the significance of it or not, it's yeah, the most basic and fundamentally true answer. I'm being just like you're being right now.
You're in court. October 31st. What's going on?
There's a... If we're doing this, I'm doing this. There is a... I'm being sentenced on the 31st for violating a condition to not be at a place and not set up a tent at a place in public. I'm not going to go into the... I'm not going to do this.
Okay.
There's too much there. It's
Good. No, that's good. That's enough. That's enough.
No, it's...
That's a bite.
No, the extra version is... It's like, hi, welcome. It's like, it's staged, and I've talked about it so much to everyone, and pretty much everything's been said already. Looks like I'm going to jail on the 31st. Whatever.
What's that going to accomplish if you go to jail?
Going to jail is just a prediction. I would bet I'm going to jail.
Well, what do you want from this?
Oh, it's not something that I want. It's... I could never contentedly be sane, ignoring what I see is what needs to be done. Of course I don't want to die.
But that's what you're looking at, though. You're looking at that. You're putting your life on the line.
People can... I'm not putting my life on the line. It's the only sane path in front of me. That knowing the nature of things, I could, again, never be content pretending otherwise.
I don't think I understand. Like how do you see it could be different?
There's a virtue trip involved. Well, sort of there's not. It's sort of like you actually do get to a point where you're just too tired to carry on pretending you're something you're not, and lying and being stupid to maintain it. We're all caught in the trap. All of us have really good grandparents and all those really good grandparents all their lives have been in a naive state where they too have been perpetrating, what's the word, accomplices in a grand horror. It's like we all secretly know the entire white culture has gotten to this point because of a psychotic war tactic where colonizing forces systemically and actively raped every native kid they could find.
What can you do to make that right?
Have lots and lots of patience. Lots and lots of patience.
But what do people do now? Where's the escape? Like, how do you get out of this? Like, you're facing.
Well, you have to
putting
enjoy
your
a
life.
certain liberation. There's no escaping mortality. And just to really appreciate that, and that, what kind of life do you want to live? It's not necessarily about the grand potential of a whole world trusting one another. People with enough understanding to enjoy the true freedom of rather being dead than afraid or angry. It is a practice. It is an objective truth that fear and anger are absurd. So the trick is just remembering that. And have lots of patience, because it is the grand virtue trip. It is how the cosmic affects your life right now. And patience be with you.
So you're in court October the 31st. And
apparently, yes.
What's the root of that case?
It's the right to sleep case. I won't be making many more videos after this one. That's presuming people haven't heard about it yet. I get tired of explaining the whole thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But
you're still in court.
If you're interested, you can research it. Everything's on Google. I just made a fancy Google immersive map hub where you can zoom in on all these icons over the map of Canada pretty much and see videos and clips and references, and it's in order, and the main links are accessible about overviews of the grand scheme and the right to sleep campaign and the 2008 ruling that said you actually have a right to sleep, and the subsequent soap opera that followed that included separating day and night as different things to be whatever administered. You have the right to sleep at night.
So you challenge that. You challenge that.
Well, it implies that there's doubt on whether or not you have the right to sleep during the day.
But they say that if there are places for you to go, then you just have to go to those places that are available for you.
At the same time, they must understand that there is a level of conscientiousness that supersedes arbitrary laws and bylaws. The Charter takes it into account, the supremacy of God, whatever you want to define God as. That there's a singular universe that we all exist in might be the basis of something having to do with what God is. I digress.
Yeah,
the right to sleep count.
always coming to the point where we're at, and like what's prevalent in your mind at this time, like as the condition that you're in, like what
the kung fu of perfect acceptance of fate. That right now, everything that you're seeing is possibly the only thing that could happen. That you sitting in front of a computer or whatever, looking at this clip, could not be anywhere else because of your experience that led you to now. And that same experience is the thing that has nourished your character, the ego that you've become. Ultimately, your real ego is that of the singular soul of life. A friend used to tell me that we were just water that got curious. And now we're pretending that enslavement is worth cool things. Lost my thought there.
Yeah, but okay. So where you're at under the law here, and you're being forced to tackle that law for justice. You're putting your life on the line. You're refusing to budge from the position that you're holding for your right to occupy land, and you don't specify what land, where. So it's like a...
I have the right to be conscientious. Anywhere. A conscientious person does not offend. And so if someone is being offended by conscientiousness, then patience be with them. Maybe their problem is huge and grand and thousands of years old.
Wow, it's a big story, man. It's a long way around all this, right?
Jonathan, you're wasting film.
I got lots of it.
Shouldn't make extra long clips. Gotta make your clips, like, even if you're gonna film long, cut your clips, film in 5-minute segments.
Yeah, but I know that. But you know how rare it is for me to get a long segment. You know how many 5-minute segments, and of course we have cutting ability now. Like Peter's an editor too.
Yeah, at the same time.
Right. And just images of you, like putting wood in the fire.
Call me Joe.
Yeah, yeah. Here you go. Like it's alluring. It shows a character, and the message that's going through this camera, like, has the potential to challenge and change what's happening, and bring a solution to it.
We are all tools of fate. We're cutting this one in half if this is all one long clip.
Yeah, okay.
Don't make me work too hard. Don't make them too long.
Okay, all right, you're on.